Hey there, where am I, Rich? And today we're talking 3 stocks they watch for the month of December. That's right, the best financial YouTubers for the month of December, as according to their 3 stocks videos results for the past year. So we're looking at picks from Lumovest Investing, who was the champion last month and actually won 2 of the last 3 months. Then we have Cooper Academy, followed by Positive Investing, and then Sean Lehman, and Financial Education. That's our friend Jeremy. All right. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I'll also discuss a few honorable mentions who might have done better than this list here, but there's some caveats, so I'll explain that then. And we'll also show or discuss the best stocks that were picked. All right, moving along, let's move to week number 1 results. After the first week, we have first week results, and Jeremy from Financial Education is at -4% at the very top. Now, -4% doesn't sound very good, but you have to put in context that the stock market was basically nearly crashing in December of 2018. So this was pretty dramatic for everybody. I think all YouTubers that I had checked their initial picks in the first week, really, I don't think there was anybody who was positive. There was very, very low returns after that first week. So Jeremy, best picks after the first week, -4.0. His picks, by the way, were his favorite Toll Brothers, then Skyworks Solutions, and Facebook. So let's move right along to the 1 month results. For 1 month, and this is arguably the true champion for December 2018, would have been, again, Jeremy from Financial Education, -3.8%. It doesn't sound very good, but considering the S&P was down 10%, it's not bad. Let's just say he might be a master of the stock market. All right. A close second. Well, I don't know if it's that close. It's -8.2%. Not great either, but, you know, still one of the better ones with his picks was, I believe, Adrian from Cooper Academy. So his picks, Cooper Academy's picks were Bank of America, Pepsi, and Facebook. By flapjacks, that's right, Jeremy, after 1 quarter, was still in number 1, and he had a return of 10.8%. Most people were not even close to that. Now, the stock market had recovered in January, so after a quarter, kind of expected people to do, break even or get closer to the S&P. But Jeremy, he actually knocked it out of the park. So Toll Brothers, Skyworks Solutions, and Facebook really was doing top notch. But we did notice that you had people like Sean Lehman and Lumovest Investing moving up the ranks, getting a little bit closer. So 9% and 7.9, not too far from 10.8. But Jeremy really was the champion after 1 quarter. And that's even, after a financial statement usually comes out for a company. So very, very good returns. Kudos to Jeremy once again. So here we are with the results for 6 months, which is about a half a year. And unfortunately, Jeremy's picks did drop down. They were still up 4.6%, not too shabby. They were beating the S&P. Actually, everybody on this list was beating S&P at that point. But the number 1 who jumped in was our newcomer on the list, Sean Lehman. Sean Lehman's picks got him up to 9.9%, and those picks were Ford, JD.com, and StarBucks. So very good returns, 9.9%. After half a year, considering everybody who picked at the beginning of December had to recover, so it would have took at least 2 to 3 months to recover for most stocks, and so to get at the top of the list, pretty good. And now we'll move along to the champion. So here we are at the 1-year results, and that's right, the champion, Nick from Positive Investing. Yes, he came all the way back from the bottom in the first month in the first quarter to 37% return at the end. His picks, Nick from Positive Investing, that's right, his picks were Apple, Disney, and Microsoft. Really great, solid companies, great rebound story. And then we have right below him Lumovest Investing, not too far off at 35.8%. Lumovest's picks were Goldman Sachs, Apple, and a Chinese company called MOMO. So their picks did quite well, and they actually did a little bit better on Apple because Lumovest, they actually put price targets in their videos, and they had a price target of $160, so they would have got a 67% return on Apple, as opposed to if the other people who would have got more in the 48 range or 40% range, I think. So great picks altogether. We kind of discussed all the YouTubers there. All really, really great. I mean, if you were over the S&P after 1 year was at 12.6%. So anybody above that, kudos to them. Great job. Now, that said, I also wanted to talk about some honorable mentions. There were a few honorable mentions. Two of the big honorable mentions that I wanted to really put in this were Jack from Finance Fantasy, and then Jake Jones. So Jack, Jake Jones. Anyways, Jack and Jake, they basically had returns over 50%. They're not on the list, and there's a reason why. Was they basically released their videos for December picks at the end of December. So just at the 21st and 23rd of December, just before all the stocks started to recover. So their results were inflated. I mean, they had 56.5 and 54.9% returns, but I think if you would have taken their picks at the beginning of December, they would have been probably in the 29, 28% range. So it would have been in kind of not at the top. And also, making those picks would have been harder if you were at the beginning of the month and not already seeing, like, oh, here's a good company that's really discounted. So I don't know if they would have made the same picks. So that's why they're not on a list, but definitely an honorable mention. They still had really good picks. I mean, Jake, he had picked Lululemon, which was up 61%, 99.8% from the time he actually picked. So great pick if you had been following him. As far as the best stock of all these YouTubers, the best one was JD.com. Now JD.com was only up 48.4% after 1 year. So not as good as something like Lululemon, or even I saw another pick, Afterpay, which did better. That's up 120%. That's a interesting financial company that basically it's like a PayPal / credit card together. You you pay. Well, you don't pay. You buy something online, and then you basically pay in 4 installments afterward. Every 2 weeks following that. So kind of an interesting business model, and the stock's really taken off. But they're not on the list. These guys, JD was the best one. Otherwise, Apple was very close in the 40%, 48% range. So yeah, those are the picks. Feel free to let me know in the comments below if you have any thoughts or comments on this. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you in the next video.